If you're selling handmade products online and you are barely making a living after all your hard work, then listen to this before you spend another minute or dollar. I'm about to give my best advice on how to craft a premium, highly profitable brand. Welcome to Hexotica, where you're invited to join the inner sanctum of unconventional women and gender diverse creatives intent on crafting self-reliant AF alternative lifestyles of time, location, and financial freedom. I'm your host, marketing mentor, Christine Rice, and this is episode 42. Welcome back to the Hexotica podcast, my lovely guts. I hope that you had a lovely week. And if you are new here, welcome to the Hexotica podcast, a place for all the creatives and neurodivergent, anybody who wants an alternative lifestyle of time, location, and financial freedom. That's what we're all about. And today, we are talking about something that I know is so popular with neurodivergent, goth people, subcultural people, people who are super highly creative, which is handmade products. So there are so many people online that I know doing alternative markets, doing Etsy, doing Shopify, who are trying to create a living or a really lucrative side hustle at the very least from their own handcrafted products. And as someone who ran her own handcrafted business for 8 years, Etsy, eBay, and Shopify, all the alternative markets around Melbourne, and then did 9 years of social media management for online clients who were running 6 and 7 figure sales funnels that were converting high, making really good money, was supporting them with their social media and their marketing. I can look back now on those 8 years that I ran my handcrafted business as a marketer and see all the mistakes that I made that I do not want you to make. So if you would like to have a business that will support your lifestyle and that will pay your bills, as well as give you a little bit of extra time and money on the side to live your life and not be chained to your craft desk, then this episode is for you. I'm going to help you see what the difference is between running an amateur craft business, selling handmade products online, and a premium profitable brand that will make money when you are not around to be making stuff constantly. This is going to be a very useful episode for you that you're going to want to bookmark if you are a craft person. So I'm specifically talking to the creatives here who have had a lot of luck offline. They're doing their markets, especially if they're consistently showing up. Markets can be quite lucrative, right? And you're doing well at those, but you know that it's taking up every weekend. You are often having to cancel if the weather is inclement, if it's bad. You got, your marquees getting blown over by the wind. Sometimes markets that you go to are not very busy and there's not that much foot traffic. It's taking up all of your social life every weekend. And it's a hell of a lot of work, right? So you want to make the most of the online sphere. So you hook up to Etsy or Made It or eBay and you create a Shopify shop yourself. And you find that you might have a trickle of sales on those marketplaces that do a lot of the marketing work for you. But you're not making enough to make a living. And you're not making enough in your own website or store as you would like. So the key difference here between a savvy, money-making marketician who knows how to get traffic and turn it into sales is the difference between an amateur person who is going to probably become like a starving artist, relying on the Etsy sales with all that competition, relying on the alternative markets that are taking up her entire life, right? Or him. And so what the main goal of you being online should be is learning how to get traffic and turn it into sales. The art of conversion. This is an art form, and that's why I love to call it a Marketician, because it's a little bit of magic. It's a little bit of sales sorcery that we're having here, right? Now, the good news for you is if you think that you only need to get social media traffic or do a lot of content when you'd rather be doing your craft, that is not the only option here. You can learn other ways to get traffic and you can get really good at it so that you are making sales in your sleep, and not just by your online crafted products, your handmade crafted products. Okay. We can look at other avenues for you to make money with your business besides just being tied to your labor and your craft. Okay. So let's think a little bit bigger here. Let's look at the online jungle as a place to become a magician of converting traffic into sales. That is our only goal for everything that we're doing. Now, we turn traffic into sales when we get people onto our email list and when we get them to go to a checkout page, not just to our Etsy shop and not just following on our Instagram, right? We need to get them to that checkout page, and then we find out why they buy or they do not buy. There's a whole art to this, right? And that is what being a good marketician is all about. Looking at the data, looking at what's working, looking at what's not working, and doing more of what's working and less of what doesn't. So if you want to realize the self-reliant AF alternative lifestyle of your dreams through your handmade craft business, then this is the skill that you need to learn. Not making endless content on social media, but of turning traffic into sales. I cut half my finger off, so if you're wondering about that Band-Aid, I had a really bad accident earlier this week. I want to help you get really good at this skill. This is the skill of being a marketician. This is what I teach. And the good news for you is that Hexotica, which is my brand that teaches marketing, I like to show you that marketing can be fun, because a lot of people who are crafty are neurodivergent and we don't have the minds to be bored easily. I want to banish the boring, and I want to show you how you can make a bewitching brand that is fun for you with some sales, sorcery, and marketing that feels like magic. Today, I'm going to give away my best advice, and I hope that you take away from this the understanding that marketing can be fun, and that what your goal is with being online, selling your crafts, is to get that traffic into sales, conversion. So I'm going to share quite a few uncensored opinions here because I have a lot of personal experience in this. I have the experience of being a craft person, running an Etsy, eBay, and Shopify shop for 8 years, and then of being a marketer. So I'm in this unique position where I can look back now on exactly what I wish I could have done, what I wish I had known, and what I will not let you not know. Okay? All right. So I'm going to answer some questions that the people just getting started, our noobs here, might be asking. And for those who already are running a business and selling already online now, I want you to consider these questions with the reframe in the context of what I just talked about, right? Okay, so question number 1, what's the best site to sell handmade items online? Now, the best site is always going to be your own damn site. All the other marketplaces like Etsy or that's in the US, or Made It here in Australia, they are going to be like your marketing spokes, right? So we need to treat their fees like marketing ads. Okay, that's part of your marketing ad spend, their fees, right? They're not the main place that you want to be putting all of your concentration on. You don't want to be sending all of the traffic that you are working hard to get to those shops. They are their own marketing wheels. So we need to use them like a social media channel almost, right? So your goal with being on those platforms is to attract the people who have never heard of you before or who have seen your creations, and you want to get them into your world. You want to get them returning to your site, not returning back to the Etsy shop after they see you or buy from you, right? You want them to see something beautiful or amazing or a bargain or whatever on your Etsy shop, get them to buy or to check out where else you're online, and then ultimately get them on your main website, right? So usually there are restrictions against sharing your website links in any emails, right? So you can't just send people your email to check out your shop after they buy from if they are following or interested in your shop, right? So you do what you do is you do it through what you send in your packaging. You want to slip a promotional card or a brochure into the packaging with a little thank you note and an incentive for them to go to your website, like a coupon code or a discount or maybe a little free gift or something, right? You always want to make sure that you're getting that second sale in your website. So you've got to make a good website and you've got to make it look trustworthy and you've got to have a good incentive, okay? And you always want to have an amazing, beautiful website with premium branding, more than any service sites, right? Because you can be like a plumber or a tiler and have a really basic as fuck site. But you as a premium brand, someone making something handcrafted, you really need to spend the time with professional branding to have a beautiful site. You need it to be really bloody captivating, okay? Especially if what you're selling is more of a want than a need, more of a luxury than a solution to a problem. Your site needs to be something like Shopify. That's a great software that you can customize. Shopify is very affordable and it gives you a lot of customization options. It's one of the most customizable of all the software that we know. That's why it's so popular. If you can't afford Shopify, then you want to try something like Systeme. Systeme is actually a free sales funnel and e-commerce site. It's an all-in-one marketing site that is really, really good for beginners or for people who don't have a lot of money to start with. You can start a free account with Systeme, and then you can pay a gradual tier system. It's really affordable. I think the first tier is like $17 and then the next is like $47. And then the most expensive is like $99 a month. And that's when you're really making money where it's it's quite a good investment, right? If you want to check out Systeme, I'll leave an affiliate link in the show notes. So if you use my affiliate link, let me know and I will help you get started with that. Now, what's a sales funnel? A sales funnel is like the golden brick road that your customer walks when they first see your products to when they are referring their friends back to your shop. It's a software that you need to build to build the 5 essential marketing foundations that you need, which I'm about to teach you. Okay. So the best website that you can have is your own site, and you need to make it bloody beautiful. And you need to make sure that you learn how to push traffic to that site, not to Etsy, not to eBay, not to Made It, none of those. Okay. They are marketing ads for you. And when I help people who make handcrafted items online, I will help them understand that there's like a structure to how you should do your products to get that attention. 3 tiers, basically. All right. Next question. What handmade items sells the most online? Now, I know some of you might be rolling your eyes if you are selling stuff already, but this is such a popular question and people want to know what is popular, what's going to work, right? Now, the handmade item that sells the most online is the one that is marketed the best, okay? It's the one that was listed using SEO and AIO, or also called GEO, which is how people are searching online and how you're getting seen in the Google pages, okay? Search engine optimization or AI optimization, also called, it's also called GEO by some people, depending on who you're listening to, right? We want to get found by both. And SEO is not dead. Do not let anybody convince you that it is. It is absolutely alive. And you need it more than ever, especially for social media. So you need to learn how to get your keyword research done. Now, if you have very professional branding with your marketing and you have a transformative sales message, then you can have a very powerful traffic strategy. You need all of these to help you get the traffic to your website. When you're a marketician, you always know what's selling best on every site, right? And you know this because you are able to scope out your competition, you're able to see what people are searching for, and you are able to use a few secretive softwares that are out there, like, for example, Everbee for Etsy. Everbee will show you what is selling the best. It is a very powerful tool. And again, that is a link that you'll find in my show notes. Okay. So you can become an expert at knowing what is selling the most online. You can become an expert by finding out the data and learning all the data. And all this data is going to help you also move traffic to your website. It's just a matter of reading what is available on your site and through Google Analytics and through all the analytics that are available for you to find out what the trends are, to find out even on eBay and Etsy, they've got their own analytics that you can look at to know what people are buying. All right. And this is, again, something that I will teach you how to do if you were to work with me as a mentor. So just really quickly before I move on to the next question, if you do not know how to do SEO keyword research, check out my blog post and podcast episode on the Etsy SEO tool that separates Etsy witches who make a killing from those who get buried. That was episode 21 on the podcast or YouTube, and there is a blog post as well. In that, I introduce you to the free SEO keyword research tool that I use every single day and that I learned SEO through. So, moving on to the next question. The next most common question is, what's the hottest selling craft right now? So the hottest selling craft is the craft that is marketed in the hottest way. Okay. So a little bit of story time here. Did you know that there is a guy who put water in cans and who made it into a $1.4 billion company? Water. Fucking water. Water in a can. His thinking was, why should the junk food brands and the energy drinks have all the fun, right? Let's put water in cans and let's market them like energy drinks. Let's have fun with them. So, abracadabra, Liquid Death was born. The coolest fucking water available on the market. They are having so much fun selling water in cans, more than like amusement parks or toy companies are having, right? Like if you look at some of their ads, they are bonkers. They are insane. They have amazing brand collaborations with the most unusual combinations too. Go check it out. I'll leave a link in the show notes. Again, Liquid Death, my friends. If you want to see how to make something that you're selling super hot, look at branding. It's never what you sell. It's how you sell it. That's your marketing magic. And that's your skills as a marketician. All right. For my Aussie friends now, where to sell handmade in Australia? Because we have Etsy in the US and we have eBay internationally or we have Amazon. But if we want to have premium handcrafted products, where do we sell them in Australia? My advice to you again is on your own damn site. I'm sorry to be a broken record, but you even made it, which is probably the most popular one that I know of. It's only going to be as good as the marketing that they do for you. Okay. You don't want to push your traffic to a made it site. If you want your creative business to support your lifestyle, you can't build your headquarters on competition saturated enemy territory. Online marketplaces, social media, and hell, even like Google now, they all can and do screw business owners over all the time. Sometimes with just simple algorithm changes or AI mistakes, right? People will get their Facebook banned because they talked about the Epstein files too much, or they will get their Instagram banned because some AI thought that a graphic was nudity when it wasn't. Like that happened to me literally last week on LinkedIn. Some graphic I had of a challenge got marked as nudity. What? It just happens all the time. And sometimes people lose their entire businesses because of mistakes like that. So you really need to make your own strong website and your own strong headquarters. You make a beautiful shop with professional branding if you can afford it. Don't scrimp out on that if you can. And you do an Australian-based SEO research to see what Australians are searching for online or whatever country it is. And then you create SEO optimized listings for Google, AI, and social media, because that's a huge thing now, right? Even threads and Instagram posts you create can show up in a search result on Google. So you've got to get savvy with that. And it's the same deal for US, Canada, UK, anywhere in the world, right? If you want to know how to sell well in your country, And you just need to find the keywords that people are searching for. And you can use your words like witchcraft to attract exactly the people who are typing those words in, your people. All right, so let's get to the juicy advice now. The absolute biggest mistake that you can make when you are selling handmade products online. All right. Now, back when I was making Gothic burlesque handmade accessories and selling them online, which is how Hexotica started nearly 2 decades ago, I made one critical mistake that I now make damn sure that anyone who works with me or hears me or listens to this podcast will never make. Okay. I assumed that email marketing was hard, boring, complicated, or not as important as blogging or social media. So I did not build my email list. Now, what happened is that I spent 8 years selling my handcrafted products at the front end, right? I was selling online sites and I was selling on alternative markets. And that works, right? That worked for me. But it's what we marketicians call a dangerously unoptimized, hard as fuck business model. You always have to keep listing. You always have to keep fighting other SEO competition, SEO rankings. You always have to keep spending every weekend at those craft markets. It's a lot of hustle. But there was always a better way to make sales with less hustle for more return. Now come a little closer so you can hear me say it. Email. Okay. Email marketing is the single most important part of online marketing. If you are doing anything online, you need to be building your email list. Yes, even in 2026, even if you personally do not open any of your emails yourself and you have like 50 million unread ones piling up in your inbox, lots of other people are still opening, still reading, and still buying from emails. And people like me do like a inbox zero, which is like we keep our inboxes very, very clean. So I look at my emails. We exist. Email marketing works. And you cannot run an online business without a strong email marketing game. I mean, you can try, but you're going to work a lot harder than if you had a strong email list, okay? So why not make it fun for yourself and learn how to do email right? That's what I would be doing is make email fun. Don't think that it's hard. Don't assume that it's complicated, okay? It can actually be a lot more fun than you might be thinking, all right? I can guarantee, I can show you how it could be a lot more fun. Now you can make more money when you have both the strong front end with your website and you have the back end with your marketing game, your email, right? SEO and AIO-GEO keywords alongside premium professional branding scoops up followers and buyers into email. That is the point of all the social media. That is the point of having those different shops, scooping up people into email. Email is the key here. And then we have automated emails with sales funnel systems and transformative messaging and never-ending sequences, if we can make it, to nail our sales in the back end. Zero competition and no stress that a single algorithm change is going to topple the whole business overnight. Doesn't matter what Etsy does, doesn't matter what Google does, doesn't matter what Instagram does. Your list belongs to you. You own your beautiful website and your beautiful email newsletter, and you make it fun for yourself. And this is where I can help you out. Now, here are a few tips for selling handmade products online that I will not let you leave this podcast with, or this page with, this YouTube video with, without knowing, okay? So, as I promised before, here are the 5 essential marketing foundations that you need to build an online marketing system that works. Number 1, attraction. This is your signature system of branding, messaging, and your offers, the things that you sell. Number 2, interest. Your walkaway workflows of content creation on a weekly or monthly cyclical basis. These are the things that you do routinely or that you outsource for someone to do. And the most important one, conversion, the system that turns your traffic into subscribers or buyers. So this is both free things and paid things, okay? Conversion happens with opt-ins as well as with our products and our sales, okay? So we have to think of conversion all the time in those terms when people are taking the action that we want them to take. Number 4, retention. All the ways to keep people coming back into your world with killer experiences. And number 5 is advocacy. The system that's mostly out of your hands because it's mostly word of mouth by this time. But we want that word of mouth reputation to buzz along and be really strong. And if you build the first 4 foundations really strongly, then the 5th foundation is going to take care of itself. Okay? When you build each of these foundations really well, you're going to save yourself a lot of time and money that you otherwise would have to spend on making social media content or spending every weekend on alternative markets, or even doing your paid ads. That's going to save you money if you do it this way. All right. Strategy and well-designed marketing foundations are the cornerstones of crafting a highly profitable creative business. All right. So after hearing those 5 essential marketing foundations that you need to build: attraction, interest, conversion, retention, and advocacy, you might be wondering, if you are new to business, how to build these things. Or if you've been in business for a while, you might be looking at your systems and asking, well, how can I make them better? Or have I built out these systems correctly? This is what I can help you with. So this is exactly what I can show you in my SWAN Audit and Treasure Map. SWAN stands for Signature Systems, Walkaway Workflows, Analytical Amplification, and Ninja Networking. It's my 4-part framework for helping your online business go from crafty hobby to premium online brand. You'll learn what is working, what is not working, and where the hidden treasure may be that you're already doing that you could be doing more of. So you'll finally have the clarity and the confidence that you need to make a highly profitable online brand. And whether you're selling handmade crafts or you're doing services. And you can get my audit for only $300 Australian. And if you get it before the end of June 5th, next week, you can get a one-on-one video call with me to go over everything that I found together. You can ask me all the questions that you want, and we can take a deep dive into any aspect of marketing that you feel a little bit confused or hesitant about. The one-on-one video call will not be a part of the audit after June 5th. So get on it now if you would like the one-on-one audit. Otherwise, it's going to be an additional fee, and the audit's just going to be the slideshow and a recording of me going over it just by myself. All right, lovely guts. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode has given you some good food for thought, some good takeaways to start your online handcrafted business, or to make the one that you've already got a little bit better and get those sales rolling in so you can have the alternative lifestyle of your dreams. If you enjoyed this podcast, as usual, leave a hex yeah on the YouTube channel or on any of Hexotica's social media channels to let me know that you enjoyed it and who you are, so that I can support and follow you on your creative business journey. So have lots of fun. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.